Hey everyone, Brian from Variable Traders here. It is May 26th, Wednesday. We're more than halfway through the week here, and this is where we do sort of a midweek recap, where we are, where we might be going for the rest of the week. And it was an interesting day today. Markets opened up. Really, the index that did the best here today was the IWM, which was kind of interesting. It seemed like money was rotating back into the small caps today and leaving the rest of the indices behind here. So let's just dive down a little deeper here and take a look at what we got going on today and maybe for the rest of the week. So before I get going here, this is my book on Amazon. I'd like to plug that before we get into the analysis of the market. It's on Amazon. If you haven't checked it out yet, there it is. So how to swing trade. So let's get into the markets here. Let's start out with Nvidia, because Nvidia did report after hours here. They are down about $5, less than 1%. So again, no big gap up, and of course no big gap down. So seems like they printed pretty good numbers from what I understand, but not a lot of follow-through action either way, upside or downside. And you can see here we had quite a run up, and now the volume really today dropped off. Probably people anticipating what earnings were going to do here. So seems like maybe a bit of a top has been put in here for the time being anyway. So let's get down and take a look at the indexes and see where we're going here. You can see we've been churning here sideways on the yields. This 10-year Treasury yield, been keeping an eye on that one obviously since it had this big run up, and started where the tech sector sold off, and we started really getting up around 1.7, 1.8, and ever since it's really just been chopping sideways. We do have a little bit of a downtrend here. RSI's dropped, MACD's dropping, stochastics are dropping. So it seems like we're either just going to chop or maybe trend down a little bit here, but nothing to be concerned about for the markets on Treasury yields jumping up. And again, the TLT, bit of a flat day today. I think yields were up a tiny bit, but again, nothing to be concerned about. So here's today, the transports. You can see here, again, we're just really trading in a pretty narrow range. We are down below the one moving average, the 20. Stochastics do look like they're putting in a double bottom and turning back up. Volume was a little bit better than these previous days here and yesterday's down day. But again, volume pretty anemic. And maybe we're going to be turning back up here now. But it looks like a double top has been put in on the transports. Again here, the Dow really, made a high here, lower high, and it appears like, this may not be a lower high, but again, just, struggling to get above this 34,500 level. Stochastics are starting to come up a bit here. We had a pretty narrow range in terms of trading today. And again, volume pretty anemic on the day. Not a lot of buyers with conviction, but not a lot of sellers either. So here's the IWM. This is the index that actually did, really well right from the get-go here this morning. It was up and it finished close to its high of day, and appears to be maybe going to be challenging this 225 level again tomorrow. So IWM looking kind of interesting. Again, not a lot of volume, but all the indicators are starting to turn up, so maybe there's some more money that is going to be rotating back into the small caps. But again, you can see here we've had quite a bit of resistance along this line, so it'll be a challenge, and it'll be interesting to see if it can get through and hold above this 226-ish level on the IWM. The Qs, again, sort of an inside day here compared to yesterday. You can say we did finish up on the day 1/3%. MACD crossing over it, looking good. So, but again, we are right at some support, prior support levels, and which is now becoming resistance here. So again, it'll be interesting to see if we can follow through on the week here and get above and hold the 335 level on the Qs. Again, SPY, kind of an inside day. We were up 0.19% by the time the markets closed, but we did sort of flirt in and out of negative territory on the SPY, and again, volume not bad, but again, it just seems like lack of buyers, lack of sellers, and therefore just getting some churn here. And the dollar really trying to find a bottom here. Goes back to this early year low. Again, we are looking to try to find a bottom. I would say we haven't found one yet here, but it does look like it's trying to base here. Stochastics are crossing and turning up here, so maybe we will get a bit of a bounce, maybe back up to the 20 moving average. So that could be not good for things like the metals, gold. And you can see here, despite sort of a lackluster day, the VIX really just sold right off here, and no fear in the market apparently. So let's get back to the watch list here from the weekend. Aqua, I did trade a little bit of this today. I have some, but it's small size. And again, just because it's probably going to see some resistance up here, you can see there is this prior level, and we're pretty much getting to it right now. So that one was looking good. Nice breakout here. A little bit of a pullback, check back to the to where we broke out from. And then on a down day, we didn't actually perform too badly on a down day. I always like to see that with a strong stock, and had a nice little push up here today. BTU, I'm still keeping an eye on it. We have a bit of an inside day today, and it really needs to start to break above this 20 moving average here and hold above it. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. BTX really didn't do anything, hadn't taken a position in it just because it really didn't do much. Especially yesterday, sold off again. They got through their conference and really not much price action, so kind of a disappointment there, but we'll still keep an eye on it. It's right back. It's pretty close to where there should be some support, around 12. Fuel cell, I took a position on this today. It was breaking out along with plug and LAC. Some of my alerts fired off, so I got into some of these, and you can see here GDX. This is my GDX. I do have a position in GDX, and it wasn't a great day today, but it's still putting in this ascending triangle, what looks like an ascending triangle, still hoping for a breakout. This is a stock I've been long for a while, ICLN. It's just the clean energy ETF, so covering stuff like plug, fuel cell, those kinds of stocks. So I'm in that one for well over a week and a bit now. Again, I got an alert fired off on LAC, so I took a position in this one. LAZR, just not a great follow through on this candle, so I'm still keeping an eye on that. Seems like 20 is looking like support. And NETS, NetEase not doing much. Plug had a really nice day today, really broke out here. I don't have any of that, but I wish I did. But it looks like these alternative energy, clean energy stocks are really starting to catch a bit again. Upstart, just been watching this. It's been all over the place. It was down this morning, and then it was up 14 bucks or something. Just a crazy trader, so it's probably too hard to swing trade to figure out where that's going next. A few other names I was watching, and I took a small position in Fubo. It looked like it had a nice breakout today. I'm actually expecting it'll probably pull back, maybe back to sort of the 2250, 2280 level here. So maybe I'll take it long, or add to my long position there and use a tight stop. And of course Ford, I'm in the long calls. This is looking great here. I love Ford. My calls, my January 2022 calls are looking really great here. Ford's had just a beautiful run up here. So just holding on to those. Okay, so let's wrap things up here. Let's take a look at the futures right now. We're pretty much flat. NASDAQ's up tiny bit. Same with the Russell. Down tiny bit here on the Dow and the SPY. So basically we're just flat right now. So Nothing too exciting at this point, as I said in the video, reported after the bell, down a little. You can see here some of the commodities are down a little bit, probably due to some of the dollar strength, and you can see here US Japanese are flat on the euro, and 10-year Treasury 1.58. Nothing exciting there either. So it'll be interesting day tomorrow. Let's see if the Russell, if the funds continue, money continues to rotate into the small caps, and leaving the other indexes kind of flat. That's where I would expect to see some action tomorrow. And yeah, so that's it, everybody. I hope you had a good day today, and we'll catch you in the Bear Bull trading room hopefully in the morning. We start the show at 8 o'clock with Jared engineering the markets. 8:30 is our pre-market show, usually with Norm and Carlos, although I think Norm's on holidays this week. Someone else will be filling in there, but we go through all the pre-market action, stocks in play, and no doubt NVIDIA will be one of them. After that, we'll be trading the market open at 9:30, so hopefully we'll see you at one or all of those events. Have a great rest of the evening, everybody. Bye for now.